Hi, I'm Vivek Bharwaj from RIM, and I'm Head of Software Portfolio, focused on the BlackBerry 10 user experience, applications, and general education and awareness of the development platform.
What is BlackBerry 10?
BlackBerry 10 is a brand new user experience that we're bringing to first our smartphone products in Q1 2013, and it's really focused on a special type of audience that is hyper-connected, loves multitasking, and thrives on getting things done.
I think that audience exists, and they are already all using iPhones and Android devices, so why are they going to suddenly start using the BlackBerry?
When we looked at the characteristics of this type of audience, one of the things we noticed was they actually access things like social networking sites far greater and more actively every day on a BlackBerry than any other smartphone platform. So they kind of place their pride in communications, in messaging, and real-time multitasking. And when we looked at all of those traits, we realized there isn't actually a product today that services those needs. So what we found was they use applications as a workaround. They manage things as a kind of a time-based environment, and they are using an in-and-out app-based interface, which has been around for 5 or 6 years now. And when it first launched, was very simple, intuitive, elegant. But the market is now looking for something new, something fresh, and that's what BlackBerry 10 will deliver. Okay,
and give us a quick look at BlackBerry 10. What are we going to see here? Now, this is not a finished BlackBerry phone.
So,
you might want to stand that close, because I'm trying to
fit. This is not the final hardware. This is our Dev Alpha B. This is something that we have been seeding out to developers to ensure we have applications ready for launch.
Right.
We've actually been doing this throughout the year at our Jam, Developer Jam conferences, and most recently at BlackBerry Jam Asia last week, where I just came in from. And what I will show you is some of the experiences we're building on this device. Now, one of the things I mentioned around multitasking is very apparent as I begin to open up multiple applications on the interface. You'll see how every application now occupies the screen in a I'd say a much more meaningful way. Now I'll just kind of open up a few applications. You can see now I have 4 applications running at any one time.
Right.
I can actually go up to 8 applications running at the same time. Now, if I open up one application there, you'll see that the last application I was in, I can minimize and it moves to the top left. What I can also do is slowly peek, and as I hold this application, you can see lots of notifications on the left-hand side.
Right.
What this means is I can actually move across and look into my BlackBerry Hub. And the BlackBerry Hub is really a unified view of all of your messaging, and whether that be email, whether that be Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, you can see everything's completely integrated, including BBM. And now, it's not only a messaging center, it's actually designed to be a lot more about activity and interaction. So you can see here, I can actually post my Facebook status right from within the BlackBerry Hub. I can actually, and I'll unlock my security policy here. So when I unlock and put in a password, so you'll see now how I peek from the very top. I get my next calendar appointments. I can actually select an invite, and suddenly I get a lot more information about that event. I actually get emails that led up to the meeting, as well as a view of all the people attending. You can see how we pull in all the public profiles of these individuals. If I select an individual, I get a wealth of information about them, whether it's from LinkedIn, from Twitter. I even get an opportunity to connect to them via BBM. And then I can also get updates or any activity that I've had with that individual in the past. And again, all of this has happened from within the BlackBerry Hub. You can see how everything is very gesture-based. I'm not hitting any home or back buttons. I'm simply navigating effortlessly across the entire interface.
And meanwhile, you go back to that screen there where you've got everything set up for multitasking. Now, what are all those things running there? You've got a calendar, calculator, contacts, and BBM, your BlackBerry messaging, and they're all running at once.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I can continue to open up more and more applications. So again, the idea is that as I open up more applications, I can just scroll up and down. And it really is that easy to move in between applications. I can go to BBM, and you can see here now how rich and visually stunning everything looks. You know, even my contacts, even things like groups. You can see how all the information about a group, whether it's pictures, chats, a to-do list, or even a calendar, everything actually looks really, really rich. And I'll take you through some pictures where you can even add comments, right? You can move through each and individual picture.
That is absolutely astonishing.
The other thing I want to show you actually is our keyboard experience. So
yeah, I was about to ask, of course, where's the keyboard? It's a BlackBerry. I assume there will still be BlackBerries
absolutely
with physical keyboards.
Yeah, we're actually going to announce on January 30th 2 BlackBerry smartphones, with one being an all-touch and one being a physical keyboard device.
Right.
So we're definitely going to be doing both.
Right.
But we'll be launching with an all-touch experience first.
Right.
One of the things you'll notice on the keyboard here is it very much has a visual design look and feel of a BlackBerry keyboard. But not only that, we've put a lot of smart capability in things like next word prediction,
Right.
where you can see the next words in key, and all I do is flick the words up to the screen.
Oh, the next word is appearing directly over
The key that I'm going to.
that you're going to.
So if I want to spell the word hotel, you can see H-O-T, as I would be going to E anyway.
The next letter you hit, there's already, that is pretty slick.
And then I can use gestures as an example to delete words. So common controls. Swiping anywhere to the left deletes words. Swiping down, numbers and symbols.
So you swipe to switch to the numbers and symbols.
Yeah, and swipe to the left to delete. Now, not only that, imagine if I'm typing in more than one language. Well, you can actually add up to 3 languages on BlackBerry 10. And it'll actually infer exactly the language you wish to speak in. So if I now start typing French, you can see how I've now got French predictions and autocorrection. And then I switch to Spanish, and you can now see Spanish words. And the whole while, I've not actually had to do any actual switching. I've just simply typed as I would. And then lastly, even things like space inference, where often we're typing so fast, we make mistakes, we miss the space. Now we'll recognize that, recorrect, and drop all the spaces in. So one of the most fastest and accurate typing experiences on a BlackBerry.
That's not at all bad. So, I don't know, was that the whole demo?
That's kind of a run-through, I guess, of some of the key highlights and features we've shown today.
Okay, well, let me get you on video answering the inevitable embarrassing question. There are a lot of people who think that it's too late, basically. I've already heard people raving about this software, but also saying it's taken BlackBerry so long to get back onto the field that between Apple and Android, the market is basically closed to you now, and it's too late. What do you say to that?
So if we look at the stats that we have today, I mean, we have 80 million customers, and we're growing as a subscriber base. 60 million of those are on BBM every day and actively engaged. You know, we actually have a number of products, whether it's at a high end or even at the entry level, are globally selling with many of our carrier partners. So as a business today, we're still continuing to do very well.
Right.
You know, our application ecosystem is bigger now than it ever has been, with over 3 billion plus app downloads to date.
How many apps total?
Today we're over 100,000 applications, and we continue to grow every day. And our investment with BlackBerry 10 is continuing to propel that number. Now, when I look at where we are from an industry perspective, the reality is the industry is now calling out for the next generation of smartphone experience. And actually what we're trying to deliver here is actually a mobile computing experience, something that is real-time multitasking, you know, is designed for hyper-connected people and those who want to get things done. And this is something that our user base is absolutely excited for, and for us to be able to take the time to build a quality experience is really something that is definitely going to stand the test of time as we launch next year.
Okay, great. I think I've